It's Monday, February 15, and time for your Barbados Today Evening News Update. Barbados will remain on pause for another 11 days. Prime Minister Mottley made it clear that lives matter first, as she told citizens today that Barbados is not yet where it needs to be in the battle against community spread of COVID-19. Her announcement came on the day the island lost its first frontline worker to the viral illness. In a national address from Alara Court, Mottley made it clear that while the country is likely to suffer $150 million in economic losses for February, Barbados can withstand the impact, and provisions are being made to assist citizens and businesses feeling the pinch.
I've set up the committee with Ryan Strom to begin to have the conversations with the banks and with the finance companies to be able to see how can we, because this thing has lasted longer than anybody expected. They gave us a moratorium last year for 6 months. Some of them extended it. But we're going to actually have to go in more aggressively now and see how we can literally try to keep as many companies' heads above water and households above water in both commercial and residential mortgages and loans. Okay? So we can take more. Once we can keep the macro fundamentals of our economy stable, then we can actually handle a lot more Shane, than we're handling, even though the numbers may seem intimidating to some of you. I will ask members of the economic team and the financial team to continue to speak to the country during the course of this week and to explain to others so that people know that we got this. Trust me, we got this.
The Prime Minister added that the island has a 6-point plan to tackle the viral illness that includes aggressive contact tracing, the enforcement of protocols, testing, Operation Seek and Save, and vaccinating as many citizens as possible. She assured that government was continuing efforts to secure more vaccines and urged Barbadians to take the jab.
We have 4 different leads from the COVAX, which we've already paid for, and Jeffrey will tell you the money has gone for that. The difficulty with COVAX is that they cannot guarantee when they are going to be delivering and how much they're going to be delivering, so that countries have had to go out there and find their own way. We are thankful to the government of India who gave us a donation for that first 100,000, and we are hoping that we can see if we can purchase some more from them. We also have another lead in terms of other purchases of AstraZeneca, and we also have on hold, awaiting the approval of the pharmacological committees, some vaccines from the Sputnik vaccine, whose performance actually has been exceptional, but we are still waiting for the WHO and others to approve that. And therefore, those are commitments that we have as opposed to expected delivery. We expect from the African Medical Supplies Platform, Barbados' ratio in there is 55,000 out of 1.5 million potentially for CARICOM, and we are waiting to buy some of that, and in that we will probably try to include a few Pfizer for those who, for whatever reason, may prefer and may have to deal with the different technology that AstraZeneca is made of. Bottom line, that we would want to be able to have these vaccines here so that by the end of April, beginning of May, that Barbadians or people in Barbados who want vaccines can get them.
Meanwhile, health authorities are keeping close tabs on rising cases at a number of elderly care facilities. Health and Wellness Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic disclosed that 5 additional cases have been identified at the geriatric hospital. However, there are 2 other facilities that are of particular concern.
At Senior Citizens Home number 1, which is located in St. Michael, we've had 5 positive cases using the antigen rapid tests. And then when we tested everyone with the PCR test, we got an additional 2 cases. They are all asymptomatic. And the positive cases, 5 of them would have been taken to Blackman Gollop initially from the antigen rapid tests and then to the Harrison Point facility. And the other 2 are also in isolation. There are no other issues associated with this particular home, and we are also providing assistance to the management of that home in the management of this activity. The other senior citizens home, which I will refer to as number 2, which is located in the eastern part of the country. This one was a lot more challenging, and there are a total of 31 clients who are positive, and 3 staff positive with the PCR tests, with another 3 positive with antigen rapid tests, and awaiting the results of the PCR tests.
Testing at the Best de Santos Public Health Laboratory is back to 100% capacity and is expected that within the next few days, the backlog of just over 1,800 test results will be cleared. Minister Bostic gave this assurance as he explained that the island has finally been able to source the reagent along with a critical binding agent needed for automatic extraction to be conducted at the lab, despite several hiccups.
We've tried some other sources, and I can tell you that we are going to get a few of them today with the assistance of the regional security system. They will be traveling to Guyana today to be able to bring some of those binding solutions for us. Other than that, the company in the United States apologized for the error and actually made arrangements to get those binding solutions to our consulate in Miami. We had a tracking number and everything from FedEx. We had a Barbadian who was due to come home on Saturday and delayed the flight to come in on Sunday so that that person could bring those solutions in. But the weather in the United States, in Memphis, where FedEx's large distribution site is, they have not yet left that site, and FedEx is telling us that they should arrive on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Meanwhile, government's Operation Seek and Save program has reached 62,000 households. Chair of the COVID-19 Cabinet Subcommittee, Dr. Jerome Walcott, reported that 168 households where COVID-19 infections are suspected have been identified. So far, tests have revealed 18 positive cases.
They have scattered across the island. We found some in Christchurch. I'm going to give you constituencies. I'm not going to give you areas. In Christchurch, West Central. We found 4 cases. In St. Philip North, we found 2 cases. In St. George, there were 2. I think there were 3 in St. Thomas. In St. Michael, in the western part of St. Michael, there were 3, and I believe another 3. So they are dispersed throughout the island. The good news is that we have not found, certainly in this Seek and Save, we have not found cases, and it's continuing, in St. Lucie, St. Peter, St. Andrew, St. Joseph, St. John. We found, I would say then, St. Michael, as I said, Christchurch, St. Philip North, because St. Philip is a large area, St. George, St. Thomas.
Government officials reported today that 2,863 Barbadians have so far received the AstraZeneca vaccine and will receive their second dose in another 10 weeks. Today at the St. John Polyclinic, several senior citizens took their jabs, and Senior Health Sister Kim Mon told Barbados Today the process went well.
It's been going quite good. Quite a few seniors have taken us up on the offer today to be immunized. We're expecting about 35 persons today, and so far everything is going smoothly. What I would advise you or encourage you to take the opportunity to be immunized is something that you will have some coverage for, just like how many other persons, older persons like you have chosen to be immunized. You can. I know that the ministry they have 2 or 4 WhatsApp numbers. There's a flow number and there's one for Digicel that you can call and register. Right now we're doing the persons over 70, and if you are under 70, you can also WhatsApp, and what they will do is that when we get to the persons in your age group, then they will contact you.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, the Guyana government brought together key stakeholders to discuss a comprehensive local content policy designed to ensure that all Guyanese can build wealth on the country's productive sectors.
Headed by President Irfan Ali, the consultation was held at the Arthur Chang Conference Center, where the government opened itself to receiving the input of all Guyanese. As Dr. Ali explained, the policy must be a living one that offers great clarity and is responsive to the needs of Guyana. The president told stakeholders that as the economy continues to grow and evolve, so too must the policy continuously evolve. In laying out his vision for how the local content policy must be formulated, Dr. Ali said that while it will address the oil and gas sector to a large extent, it must be a national policy that regulates local content across all sectors.
We want the investors who are coming in to recognize that through a legislative mechanism, through regulations, through institutions, that they have to commit to local content. And not commit to local content, but we are to move with in setting targets as to the levels of local content.
On the international front, the World Trade Organization has appointed its first woman Director General, a national of Africa. The former Nigerian finance minister, who has worked for 25 years as a specialist in development economics at the World Bank, said she can be a clear set of eyes for the global trade body.
Trade is my passion. I think it's an instrument to lift people out of poverty. This organization, it's all been about technical negotiation skills. If you want to continue doing the same thing you did in the past and getting the same result, I think they should do something different.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.